Welcome, drones, to what you're going to be I should restart this. Fuck it. Welcome, drones, to your eventual evident. Is that the word I'm looking for?
I have no idea.
I'm having like a word stroke right now. Je parle français in yo hablo espagnol. My words are all sorts of fucked up. Uh, Welcome, drones, to the eventual debate of the century in our comments as we show a very strong stance against crypto, as if we've never said anything bad about crypto ever on the show.
It's two shows talk about crypto and they don't like it now? Who would have seen this coming?
Oh, God. Who knew we took such a controversial stance? It's almost like, I don't know. I think this is, I don't know. I've been trying to play coy about our crypto things. I just don't want to get swarmed with fucking bots in the chat, in the comments.
No, I would love to. I think it'd be hilarious.
I mean, yeah, whatever. I mean, it's not like I have any of this stuff connected to me personally, so it's like,
Mm-hmm.
I don't give a fuck.
Alt accounts are your friend.
Alt accounts are your friend, ladies and gentlemen. Anyway, welcome to the Two Schmo Show, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Neve Miss Orion, and I'm having a word stroke.
I'm Cairo, and I'm also a Schmo.
And today, we're going to be making fun of Cryptoland.
Oh, yes.
Because Kyril decided to grace me with this extravagant news first thing when we came into the chat today.
You're
And
welcome.
yeah, I have a very interesting fascination with this. Like this will make a good internet historian when everything's said and done.
It really will be. It feels like the cryptocurrency version of Fire Festival. I can't see it. The only thing that's going to stop it from doing that is the fact that it's almost assuredly going to implode before it gets anywhere near that point.
What's a Cryptoland, Kyril?
So a Cryptoland is a what do you even call it? It is
A
the
mistake?
intention. It is definitely a mistake. Bunch of crypto bros are basically trying to crowdfund money to buy an island in Fiji to turn into a Bitcoin and blockchain resort.
Explain to me how digital only currency is going to make a fucking physical island into a material resort.
Well, you see, that just sounds like you're a troll, and you should do your own research.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, it's fucking underpants gnome logic. First we get the Bitcoin, then we buy the island. Step 3, and then profit.
Yeah, I'm sure there's some tax evasion and child abuse in there too.
Oh God, are
We'll,
we?
we'll, we'll get to the child abuse.
As if this wasn't shady enough. Let's see.
But they announced this by releasing. They privated the video. Oh no!
They privated it already? I thought
Is
you were
the
just
other
watching
link?
that.
I was. This must be a mirror that somebody else uploaded.
Oh, that makes sense.
Oh no! This is from weird. So the link that I sent you in our Discord here still works,
Okay,
but the other links that must have been to like a more public facing version of it don't work because it's been marked as private now.
interesting.
So it's like unlisted or re-uploaded as unlisted.
Why would they be hiding such a great investment opportunity? Are we just not in fast enough, Kyril? Are we too slow? Are we the too
I have
slow
to
schmo
send you
show?
this. I skipped forward to a random timestamp, and this
Okay,
is what I was met with.
show me.
It's not going. Discord, why do you suck?
So yeah, Cryptoland. It's not just the name of a shitty theme park, but it is an actual investment opportunity that they're trying to shove down our throats. This island all the way in Fiji, which, correct me if I'm wrong, do we have any photos of this island besides what supposedly we keep seeing in the marketing for Cryptoland?
No.
No?
They haven't even actually confirmed which island it is. They've said that they have an island and that it is in Fiji, but there's like basically only one island that's actually for sale in Fiji right now.
Ew.
So like process of elimination, you can kind of figure out what it is that they're talking about, but they haven't actually said what they're doing.
Yeah, I was gonna say, by process of elimination, I can like determine that these islands that they keep showing in the marketing are not the same island. In fact, I can tell that for a fact because one island looks like the Upper Peninsula from Michigan. The other island that I'm seeing here is notably it looks like an ink stain, and it's already fully developed.
Oh yeah, no. To be clear, the island that is for sale
Yeah.
allegedly has development on it.
Oh,
There is already at least one house on it.
only okay.
Like you can go on Google satellite pictures and you can see because I mean it's not a big place.
Yeah.
It is 1 square mile. Like a square mile sounds like a lot, but um with the way that they're parceling it out, you really can't even build what would be conventionally thought of as a mansion on the areas that they're talking about here for each of the properties.
And will said island be long enough to have an airstrip then, or an airport to easily access the island, Mr. Carroll?
Their mock-ups don't show that.
Oh. Then how will we get to this island, Mr. Kyril?
Boats, of course. Or you'll
Boats?
just jack in through the metaverse.
Fuck the metaverse.
I hate it. I hate it so much.
The metaverse is nothing more than a web 3.0 buzzword made up for fucking corporate stooges to try and sound impressive to their fucking investors. Show me something that worth a damn about the metaverse, and then we'll talk. But as far as I'm concerned, it is nothing more than a marketing ploy where we already have
Mhm.
fucking VR chat.
Yep. It's more like Second Life, but more people like Second Life.
Yeah, that's true. But VR chat had some good memes. I'm sorry.
Oh yeah, no, VR chat is definitely like a more modern version of Second Life. It's just a bit less accessible.
Yeah. But we got Ugandan Knuckles from VR chat, so it's automatically better.
That's
Um,
true.
Besides the fact, I do have the marketing stuff for Cryptoland up in front. So shall we
Oh yeah.
get into this?
Yeah, I did want to say though, there's this one great bit here from one of their co-founders, Helena,
Yep.
says we are already partnering with some of the most visionary projects of the cryptoverse, not mentioning which those are. This is the last and most important step before we start the actual construction of the site.
Thank you, Helena. Very cool.
This is one of those things where, and there's been so many of these lately that it's kind of blurring together, where I can't tell if this is satire.
Nothing is
Maybe I'm
satire.
getting old, but like these people have doubled down so many times, and there are so many people that genuinely seem to believe this that even if it is satire, they are like beyond the point of being without blame, you know?
If this episode isn't on YouTube forever, just know that they probably tried taking it down.
Oh yeah, yeah, because they've been doing that. They've been
Yeah.
going around with copyright strikes and cease and desist orders. So we'll see what happens. We probably won't get hit because we're on the small side, obviously, but you never know.
I know, but still, this is the one episode I'm legit afraid to like have to like maintain. Most of the time, it's just like pump and dump, but at this point, I'm just like, I gotta keep an eye on this one. Um,
Hmm.
let's fucking go. The mission: be part of the world's first crypto island. We are building the number one crypto destination on Earth, a crypto paradise where the community can surround themselves with other like minded individuals, a powerful ecosystem by crypto enthusiasts for crypto enthusiasts. So, what they're saying is, we are so tired of fucking defending our position that we're just going to make a physical echo chamber because if there's one thing we've learned about the internet, echo chambers are very in right now.
Of course.
Yes. Let's go to the Essence section. Essence, Cryptoland is the world's first crypto island designed to enjoy a first class crypto lifestyle. Now, when you think first class, what comes to your mind, Kyril? Because I think of the planes that can't get over here because first class airline.
Well, see, that's what I was just wondering right now because we have the prices for all of this. So I'm wondering, what are your alternatives? You know,
Oh,
like you want island living. What can you get? Oh, so that's a good one. U.S. Virgin Islands. I'm gonna look up property in the U.S. Virgin Islands
ooh, go ahead.
because, fun fact, this hasn't been addressed yet on their website, where you go to spend $1.2 million for your 1 acre of undeveloped land on this island that doesn't actually exist yet. You can't go through with it without stating that you are not a U.S. citizen,
What?
and no one has actually addressed that yet.
That's pretty fucked up, bro. Because the last time I
Hmm.
checked, this seemed pretty American.
It certainly seems like it. So one of, I believe both of the co-founders are Spanish.
Oh,
So
then
it's
that's fine.
not
Yeah.
like cryptocurrencies in general are definitely a bit, they're very Euro and North America centric,
Western.
but it is a very weird decision to cut out half of your market from the get-go.
An international hub to live, work, and relax, designed as a complete ecosystem where the community can immerse themselves into a magical crypto themed environment with plenty of activities and places like the Crypto Beach, the co working hub, Cryptoland's luxury resort, crypto inspired restaurants, shops, and endless other amenities. What the fuck? Okay, let's brainstorm in what they mean by magical crypto themed environments, shall we?
Mm-hmm.
What's the Crypto Beach? Is that just a
Pretty sure it's
beach?
just a beach.
Is that just a beach?
Yeah.
What's the co-working hub? This is the only one on their PR statement right now that it doesn't have any capitalization.
Who knows? So okay, so it's probably something, because the idea of this seems to be that this is not necessarily um like a sovereign citizens kind of thing. Like you go here and then you never go back, right?
Yeah.
It's like this is your vacation home kind of thing. So presumably, because you can't have real houses on these tiny lots, you have to provide alternatives for people to like do their jobs that they still have.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Good sir. Have you heard about the blockchain hills, Kyril?
I actually found a really good comparison for comparing property in the Virgin Islands.
Mm.
So
Well,
real quick, here is a 7 bed, 7 bath, 4,000 square foot, 4 acre lot, view of the ocean in
mm-hmm.
the Virgin Islands. Beautiful little place. Couple of small buildings attached together, but there's neighbors, but you're gonna have neighbors anywhere. Looks nice. Has a very nice pool. This is $1.5 million,
Okay.
which is $300,000 more, and all the work is already done.
Mm-hmm. 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 Mm-hmm.
So that's some good perspective for how much of a ripoff this is.
But good sir.
Because keep in mind, the Bitcoin island
Mm-hmm.
doesn't have electricity,
Mm-hmm.
doesn't have running water,
Mm-hmm.
doesn't have sewage,
Mm-hmm.
there's not a grocery store, there's no internet, there's literally nothing.
Good sir, I want to refute that because on their website we have the Blockchain Hills. Cryptoland's residential area is the most exclusive and private site within the island, with stunning views all over Cryptoland from sunrise to sunset. The Blockchain Hills consist of only 60 plots of land available for those who want to own a piece of Cryptoland. The plots are 1 acre each and come with basic infrastructure such as roads, electricity, water, sewage, and optic fiber internet. They
Mhm.
also come with
Provided
some
by who?
fuck if I know.
Last time I checked, it's difficult, I'd say, to get internet over water.
Well, the thing is, dude, they also come with development permits.
Oh yeah, well, I mean, of course, because you got to build a house there because you're not paying for that. That's extra.
Yeah, of course, you're paying for the land itself.
Hmm.
With crypto, I'm assuming.
Yeah, presumably Ethereum,
Yeah.
probably,
So I do have some
because none of these
images.
people are actually influential enough to have real Bitcoin.
Yeah. I do have some images on their website that I kind of want to do a reverse Google search on. So expect that a little bit later. Imagine it and feel it. The Fiji. Cryptoland will be located in Fiji for the following reasons: good weather year round, safe and stable country, foreigners can truly own land.
Sorry, good weather.
Yeah.
They don't know about tropical storms, I guess. We'll give them a pass.
Well, it's all digital over there, dude. They don't have to worry about material
Oh,
rain.
of course. How could I forget?
And strategic location between America and Asia.
Where is Fiji? I'm gonna pull up a Google Maps. Like exactly.
Yeah, that's a very good question. Cryptolanders collect.
So it's closer to Australia than either of those.
Cryptolanders collection is made of 10K NFTs. What the fuck are they talking about now? Now they're talking about NFTs. They all
Yep.
have exclusive.
Well, because there's only 60 parcels, so they gotta have something else they can grift.
Yeah. They all have exclusive access to the Vladimir Club, the hottest private club in Cryptoland, along with more amazing benefits. From the collection, 60 ultra rare ones are the King Cryptolanders. Each one of them comes attached to a real plot of land on the blockchain hills. What the fuck are they talking about?
So the way that you apparently have ownership of this location, I guess, must be tied in some way to the NFTs that are being sold.
That's what I'm thinking.
So
So,
it
like,
sounds like.
if you own a piece of an NFT, you own land. Is that what I'm getting at here?
Sounds like it, yeah.
So, what you're really buying is the deed for the land. It's just in a shitty little JPEG.
Hmm. Well, not necessarily. So I mean, it's the argument for it would be equivalent to the idea of, say there is a property with a house on it, right? It's fenced in,
Mm-hmm.
and whoever has the key to get in that fence can do whatever they want inside it.
Yeah.
So in theory, if you own the key because you bought it, you can do whatever the hell you want because it's yours.
Mhm.
But it's not yours. You don't own it. You just own the key that gives you access to it.
Yeah.
That's what this sounds like.
Um,
Except they're extrapolating that to physical property, which sounds tenuous at best.
it really
I
just
guarantee.
sounds.
So
Go on.
if this actually becomes a thing,
Yeah.
I give it 2 years before somebody gets impersonated and somebody goes here and just steals all their shit off the island.
Oh yeah, dude. This sounds like it's going to be
Because I guarantee there's going to be no security.
yeah, security nightmare. How are they going to afford security?
Mm-hmm.
Seriously.
It's
Okay.
decentralized. How can you prove that someone is the owner of an NFT? You can't.
Check the blockchain. Good luck with
Ideally.
that. So they have a little plan here on the website. Starts with concept development, viability study, and a 3D animation video. That's already passed.
Yeah.
Architectural master plan, which I'm assuming is like the actual plan for the resort. Approval in the principal permits, whatever the fuck that means. Probably like building permits. But why are you getting permits on a land you don't own yet? Island.
So I think that's probably pretty standard for like just deeds in general. It's just saying that you are, because like you can buy, say, like a forest or something, but there might be conditions as to what you can actually do with it, and they might say that you can't develop on it. You can own it, but you have to leave it intact as a forest. So that's just saying that they can buy it and do basically what they want to. They can develop it into homes because it's a forest right now, right? You have to cut
Yeah.
down the goddamn trees.
Yeah. Good point. After that is the island purchase agreement, which that's passed. And then Cryptolanders NFT launch, which seems superfluous when you have nothing to sell yet attached to those Cryptolanders.
Yeah, so that was, let me see if I can dig through here and find it again. That was part of the thread that I was reading. It might have been in a separate one. But they were talking about the Cryptolanders NFT collection.
Yeah.
And it is just another dime a dozen copy and paste with marginal changes NFT thing. Over the past 90 days, the average price has been about $570. So,
Well, that's going to suck because next step is fundraising.
yes. Which allegedly is not what's part of what's happening for the actual like parceling of the lands. Gotta scam someone else so you can scam the big fish.
Then we finalize the island purchase, complete the design and permits. Then the real island construction begins. Then they add development onto the metaverse. implementing tokenization, staking models, etc. What the fuck does that mean?
Who
Um,
knows?
finalizing construction on the island.
No, see, you have to remember that words don't matter. The only thing that matters is how much of a money boner they can give these crypto bros.
Yeah, dude, it's literally that. You know what I love is so on this little roadmap they have of like the finalization to Cryptoland's grand opening,
Mhm.
it's a fucking road leading up to the island, and you know what's on the road?
What's that?
A Tesla.
Go figure.
That's hilarious.
I figured out actually how they're doing electricity on the island.
Go on.
So the electrical on the island will be provided by diesel generators.
No.
Hmm.
No.
And depending on which part of the infrastructure documents you're looking at, they also include a supply and installation, not the actual fuel, just the installation of a diesel fuel tank with the capacity of dispensing fuel for either 7 days continuous operation or 3 days of continuous operation.
What are they going to do if there's
It's one
ever a
of the two.
fucking hurricane?
Uh, it won't ever happen. There totally wasn't two tropical storms that were both deadly in Fiji just in the winter of last year.
Like,
It'll never happen.
dude, like, how are they going to get a diesel, all the way
Huh?
to an island in Fiji on a regular 3 or to 7 day basis and have to power the whole grid on a diesel
Mhm.
electricity generator
Mhm.
in a cost effective manner when it sounds like everything on this island is a one time purchase and they have no subscription model? It means to keep all their purchases to run the island sustainable.
See, they probably won't.
Like, I'm sorry, is that just like, am I thinking too hard into this? I mean, obviously, I'm thinking a little harder than most people, but
You are thinking about it, which means you're thinking more than they have.
like, seriously, man. Like, okay, where is the nearest diesel producer in to Fiji?
Who knows?
Exactly.
I'm actually curious. Let me see. I'm gonna do some googling real quick.
Yeah. Diesel.
Like how does Fiji typically get power?
Yeah.
Like that's the question, right? What do they normally do? This is an assessment of renewable technologies.
Go on.
Sounds like it might make sense.
It'd probably be a lot easier for Fiji to go over to like renewable technologies than most
This is a
countries.
conference paper from 2011.
Okay.
2011. So it's pretty old, but the idea still stands. Uh, Contents of it is an introduction and then the impact of oil price volatility in the Pacific Islands.
Nice.
So if they are going with diesel generation, they're going forward with an idea that has been contested in modern context for at least 11 years now.
Nice.
Wow, that is a lot of money. I think this is a comparison of how much more expensive it is to get oil per barrel in
Hmm.
Fiji than the base like US price,
Okay.
and it's like double.
Of course it
It
is.
follows tightly with the same trends, but it's way more expensive.
Of course it is. And let's not forget the probably giant amounts of Bitcoin generators they're going to put on this island as well.
Mhm. Yeah, so this is the state-owned Fiji Electric Authority, the monopoly provider of grid-based electricity in Fiji, has stated that its goal in it had stated that its goal in implementing renewable energy projects is to reduce its fuel importation bill and lessen its exposure to oil price volatility.
Whew.
FEA established a goal of generating 90% of its electricity using renewable technologies by 2011, a goal that was not met that was not met at the time of this paper being published.
Wow. What's this mint button on the website? I'm going to check that out.
What is it?
A mint button.
Oh no, that's how you buy it because you're minting an NFT when you buy it.
Oh, so this is the land plots. Got it.
Yes. Yep.
Okay, so let's take a look at this. One plot sold so far.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah. Oh, it's for King Cryptolander.
Oh, so it's just marketing.
Yeah. So yeah, it literally looks like the only person who's bought a plot land so far is
The guy selling them.
yeah, because he's gonna want to be on his own beach.
Hmm.
Let's see.
Apparently, one of the main sources they've been looking into is hydro based. They've actually have more of their electricity in Fiji produced by hydro than by oil at the time this paper was published.
That's pretty cool though.
Yeah, it makes sense. You're
Yeah.
surrounded by water and currents.
I mean, when you have like an island ecosystem like that, it might just be better to go hydropowered.
At the time, they were working on the Nada Rivatu project, which was a plan to significantly increase their hydroelectric capacity.
Neat.
So, like, this is like clearly at the time, 10 years ago, they knew that diesel oil based electricity was not sustainable, but they're just going ahead with it anyways.
So I'm going to do some reverse image searches, right?
Hmm.
And one of the images on the website of like a giant like mansion comes up when you Google the phrase billionaire into Google Images.
Okay.
So that's a buzzword they were looking for. But
Yep.
a one word search. I mean,
Yep. I guarantee, because we already know that parts they stole or used without permission certain assets in the video that they used. I wouldn't be surprised if they just did the cheapest, quickest way that they possibly could to get these out there and drum up attention.
oh yeah,
It just blatantly seems like a scam. There's no details about it out there. There's nothing that's actually confirmed, and apparently no one's actually bought any of it yet. But they don't care about that because I would imagine the $1.2 million price tag that actually exists for parcels of land on this isn't. It's like with Fire Festival, no one actually bought the expensive things because the rich people immediately realized it was a stupid scam, and it was just the people stuck paying the $500 for the NFTs, not the 500, the $500 for the early bird prices at Fire Festival are the ones footing the bill. They like, $500 isn't a lot, but when you're minting these for basically nothing,
mm-hmm.
it's not nothing. You're still making money, and you throw together a shitty 3D animated video to drum up stupid hype about it.
I will give it one some credit. Looks like one of their images is actually a really nice piece of concept art and
Hmm.
not stolen off Google. So good job, Cryptoland.
You met the lowest bar, and then they immediately flew under it by so we need to talk about this. Somebody tweeted at Cryptoland asking what the age of consent would be in Cryptoland.
I imagine that would probably be the same age of consent in Fiji since it's governed by Fiji.
What do you think the age of consent should? No, we're not going to do that. It doesn't matter what anyone else thinks the age of consent should be in Cryptoland because according to Cryptoland, the age of consent is mental maturity.
So you're telling me anybody with enough money for a boat can take a person deemed mentally mature
Hmm.
over to Cryptoland
Hmm.
as a variable Epstein Pleasure Island, Epstein
Hmm.
coin Pleasure Island,
Hmm.
and they could do this to try and get away from laws that are meant to protect people.
That is correct.
Yes, good laws, I would argue. In fact,
Hmm. Yeah. So I don't know. It it's that kind of bit because apparently they actually tweeted that out. It's all been deleted now, of course, but there's screenshots circulating around it, and I asked a couple people, I'm just like, is this like legit? Did they actually do this? And it's like, yeah, they tweeted that out, and I feel like how can it not be? How can it not either be satire or satire to the point of profiting off of stupid people, right?
I mean that's what a lot of this looks like. It's just buzzwords and a giant marketing campaign to buy some really shitty NFTs that are apparently linked to plots of land.
Yeah. It's like Dogecoin.
Yeah. Honestly, this is just a real estate scam mixed with an NFT scam. A very
Hmm.
new kind of scam in the scam market, but very interesting at the same time.
Next thing you know, they're going to start offering people to split the costs in half, and then they just share the time. on the
Ooh.
island.
You want to share the NFT and the time on the island?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, think about it, dude. You just go up to them and they're like, yo, you get the NFT, we get the island on select days, and then we trade.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yep.
it
So
works.
with
Go on.
the blatant like scamminess of it and the questionable legal, no, not even gonna say legal, questionable moral policies that they're intending to apply, let's talk about the racism and sexism.
Yo, go on.
So part of their claims for Cryptoland is to have a memorial for the BitConnect scam, a BitConnect scam memorial. Um, and just glossing over the part that they're making a memorial, memorializing the scam itself and not the people who were scammed.
Yes.
They're doing so with a depiction, presumably, of the BitConnect guy, who became kind of a meme, understandably so, because of his incredibly over the top enthusiasm and eccentricity for BitConnect. It's a good meme. I highly recommend going out and watching it if you haven't. You can just Google BitConnect or go on YouTube and look up BitConnect, and it's one of the first ones.
Mm-hmm.
It's very funny. It's very amusing. But you'll quickly realize that the BitConnect scam guy um is just a guy in a suit. Just looks like any other businessman. But for some reason, Cryptoland has decided to depict them in what I can only describe as traditional tribal clothing. And I don't know why. But it seems very suspect given that the meme that BitConnect was born from never depicted anyone dressed remotely like that.
So when I was shown this little mock statue, I interpreted it as Egyptian because it looks like there's a pyramid behind him, and they're going for like some kind of pharaoh regality aspect to it. But I do understand your concern.
Like, yeah, why? I mean, the question's why, right?
Yeah. Um, because regality is a marketable thing.
Apparently.
Yeah.
So the next thing that I'm going through here, because I'm curious, I'm skimming through the video, trying to see if there's anyone in it that is not either a coin or white. Because I don't think there is. Oh, nope, we got one black person. 3 minutes and 30 seconds in,
Is he from like?
sitting on an invisible chair.
Oh, never mind then.
I'm not making this up. This 3D animation is so bad that they just have a guy sitting on air.
Proud of him.
Look at him go. Look at those that core strength to do that. Impressive.
Dude, do you remember doing wall sits in like junior high?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So I see everybody else gets a chair. Did he just choose not to use a chair, or is Cryptoland a little racist?
I don't know.
Mm.
It I think it's the kind of thing where these people are just so oblivious that they don't know anything. And it's like they're a bunch of white guys, so everybody else must be a bunch of white guys.
I mean,
And
as
it
a
doesn't
whole,
help given how
go on.
so far, and maybe this is wrong because I'm skipping over this in 5 second chunks, and I really don't give a shit to learn more about it. Every woman I've seen has been in an employee role so far, either as like flight attendants or desk hosts or waitresses.
Mm. Well, as a pale graham cracker myself, um, I will say white people sure do like to believe there's a lot of white people among them.
Hmm.
Sorry, I just wanted to call myself a graham cracker because I think that's hilarious ever since I got the DNA test. What else do we have to look forward to with Cryptoland?
Hopefully, it's inevitable implosion.
I look for
Videos will be made over this,
yeah.
no question.
I
It's
cannot
too stupid not to.
cannot wait for the FBI to raid it because
Well, I mean, if they're not based on the U.S., you know,
some fucking flags were raised at the FBI center when that tweet went viral.
I bet they don't even care, honestly. Now, the IRS, you don't fuck with the IRS, and they're fucking with the IRS.
You know that you're very right. Have you seen that image going around that the IRS is asking people to claim stolen property and bribes?
Maybe this is different, but I've seen a couple of things like that, and it's a pretty standard thing that they put on their stuff because, I mean, I believe legally they have to do that,
Yeah.
where they have to be like, because if you do get bribed or
Hmm.
you accept money illegally, it does count as income and does count towards what is taxable to you.
Hmm.
So legally, because that is the case, they have to ask, hey, like, have you received any bribes, basically.
Of course.
So unless it's like something different, I wouldn't at all be surprised. But I've definitely heard similar, not recently, but in general. And also, this whole thing is reminiscent of the Satoshi cruise ship, the cryptocurrency cruise ship. Do you remember that?
No, but please tell me more.
So, three cryptocurrency enthusiasts bought a cruise ship in 2020, I think, something like that, and made it the first cryptocurrency cruise ship, and with the goal of it being a floating libertarian utopia. And it went horribly wrong,
What's
as you can expect.
why is it always the libertarian utopias fall apart so fast?
So, someone actually put it really well.
Yeah.
Um, Not all libertarians are crypto bros, but all crypto bros are libertarians.
Yo, where did that truth bomb come from? I need that
Yeah.
immortalized.
I mean, it makes a lot of sense. It's just like, oh yeah, yeah, that's it.
Yeah, dude. I mean, you're not wrong. Libertarianism is a bit of a mistake. Like, I don't mind the political philosophy, but the extreme lengths it's gone through in times, kind of scary.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
Yeah. Because libertarianism works on a very strong ideal that everybody who believes in freedom believes in the right things, and it's only bad people with authoritarian stances that believe in the bad things. And people may just not be, exploiting my values because it helps them get away with some shitty things.
Yep.
We live in a society. Rise up,
We
gamers.
do.
Go to Cryptoland.
It's also been hilarious because cryptocurrency is all decentralized this and no regulations that blah 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 blah, and then they've been going through the U.S. court systems to try and take down criticisms of it with these cease and desist orders and DMCA claims.
Wait, so these are Spanish founders, correct?
Apparently, there's three of them. Two are Spanish. One is American.
Okay, so
That's what it looks like from what I'm seeing.
where's the company itself
I
located?
don't believe I don't think they're like incorporated or anything. Not as far as I know.
Then where
They're
do
just
yeah.
people accepting money in exchange for a promise at this point,
Yeah, you're
backed
right.
by the token.
You're right. There's absolutely no legal notices about any incorporation or anything like that. So, how do they represent themselves in court if they have no legal identity for this business that they're proposing?
Say that again.
So, I'm seeing no like legal notices like incorporation or anything like that.
Hmm.
So, how do they represent themselves in court?
Oh, they don't.
Yeah,
It's all toothless.
yeah.
It's an abuse of the YouTube copyright claims system that has been a problem forever since basically they started it, where basically anyone can DMCA anything with no recourse by the person that the claim is being made against.
Yep.
And similarly, the cease and desist was literally just an email saying, "Hey, stop it or we'll take you to court," with nothing else. No names attached, no addresses attached, not even like a company name, just that this is the Crytoland legal department. That's literally it. There is no backing or recourse at all.
Nice. My stomach hurts.
So, this is a good transition. Speaking of DMCA, have you heard the Twitch stuff?
I know Twitch has gone down the shitter with it lately, but go on.
So, preface it with this. Um, Twitch streamer Pokimane received a ban for DMCA strikes after she was streaming Avatar: The Last Airbender in its entirety on her stream.
I mean, I'm not saying I know the total legal definition of what happened there because I wasn't there to watch it, but I've always
No, so
found
it was literally like her showing the show, not like a watch along. Like the show was on her stream as the main piece of content, and she was watching it and reacting to it live as it was being shown.
okay, reactionary content like that is very very hard to pull off legally. Um the
Especially when you're showing the content in its entirety.
exactly. The only sweet spot I've ever seen where I think legally you're perfectly fine is like a legal eagle type thing where you're an expert in a
Yep.
field and you're providing commentary based off the media itself.
Well, even if you're not an expert,
Yeah.
transformative
Yeah.
is the baseline.
Of course. Yes.
Simply sitting there and watching a video and making comments over it
Mm-hmm.
is not transformative in and of itself.
No. Of course. Like
But the problem that I have really with it, like that's all obvious stuff.
yeah.
If you're not like born under a rock or born yesterday and you interact with the internet at all, you should have a cursory understanding of the copyright systems that are in place, particularly on YouTube, because they've been so heavily publicized. What?
What?
So heavily publicized, sorry, with just a the myriad of circumstances that have happened.
Okay.
The problem that I really have with it is that after Pokimane received her ban, uh, some of the other major streamers have been coming down, and they've been coming down with some of the most brain dead takes ever.
I love brain dead
So
takes.
Hasanabi, who
Yes.
is a political streamer, straight up said on Twitter that if you stream a piece of copyrighted material and you do not get a copyright claim made against you for streaming it, you have done nothing wrong, and it is the fault of the owners of that copyright for not pursuing you.
Whoa, 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 whoa. What?
Yes.
That doesn't make sense.
No, it doesn't. It is literally, if you do a crime and no one catches you, you didn't do it.
That's not how it works.
No. But he says it, and because he has millions of followers, people are blindly following him over it.
Nice.
And it's just like, I'm sorry, what? Are you stupid, or are you being intentionally stupid? Right?
Yeah.
And people are just like, well, what about video games? And then people have to come in here and be just like, no, no, no. Video games are absolutely not protected for streaming. Video game companies just allow it because it's free advertising. Like, people don't remember how Nintendo DMCA'd fucking everyone for years for even thinking about using their content on YouTube. Or how, as Atlas makes Persona,
Yeah.
basically put out DMCA notices for people who were playing the game and streaming it past a certain point because it was spoilers. And that was where they were saying this is the line, and they were using the tools that they had to prevent people from streaming past that because that is their legal right.
Mm-hmm. I mean, you can make an argument with gameplay that the gameplay is transformative of the original content, but
Depending on the kind of gameplay, there might be.
you're right. You're right. You're right. I would say something
But that
like,
was the thing with Persona,
mhm,
was it is a linear story driven game, and
yep,
there's decisions you make,
yep,
but it ultimately converges to a common point,
mhm,
and they didn't want that point spoiled.
yeah. That's exactly where it's like not even transformative. Like,
Hmm.
I like RPGs. RPGs are my bread and butter. But that's not the kind of stuff that where gameplay is initially transformative unless you're doing some really, really deep shit with the gameplay.
Yep. Yeah, here is the original Hasanabi tweet. Everything is fair use if the copyright holder doesn't care about pursuing a DMCA claim. Be smart and stop snitching.
That's pretty good.
It's just so yeah, it's amazing. This is Ludwig, who is apparently the only large streamer with half of a brain left. XQC gets 2 million unique viewers every stream. What do you mean snitching?
Oh, that's rough, bruh. I don't know, man. This is all pretty cut and dry. Like, I didn't
It
think.
should be.
Yeah. We've literally been doing this for what, over 12 years now on the internet? With like
Hmm.
fucking let's plays and redistributing content under fair use and copyright.
Longer than that.
Yeah.
Like, basically, it is at least been a thing since YouTube started.
Yes.
Because one of the first things people tried to do is upload like episodes of TV shows and shit wholesale.
Hmm.
And they got away with it for a little while until the, corporations that were making this content caught on and were just like, yeah, hey, no.
That's good.
And YouTube was just like, yeah, you're probably right. And now we're where we are today.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's just wild to see Twitch finally catching up to the party with everyone else.
Well, I mean, you might think it's just an Amazon thing at this point, because like, isn't Amazon technically their parent company?
Hmm.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but I don't know. Like, I don't get what the controversy here is. Like, no, you can't just stream whatever you want
Pretty
and
girl
say it's
got.
fair use. Like, that is by definition not fair use. That's like saying everything, like nothing is murder if the murdered person doesn't get found. No, it's still murder.
Chiral.
You're just, yeah, what?
The controversy here is boobs on their own didn't allow it to be transformative art.
Damn.
I know. I don't know. I don't know anything about Pokimane, to be honest.
No, I don't either.
I know
But
she's
I
got
don't
a
really care.
lot of
It,
Sims.
it literally doesn't matter, you know?
Yeah.
The I wish Twitch would have some more teeth with it, you know? I would love to see Twitch and YouTube, and I guess fucking Facebook is the other big one right now for streaming, apparently.
Why?
Because it's one of the few, because okay, so because streaming to large numbers of people is really fucking expensive.
Okay.
I'll see if I can find it some other time, but Linus Tech Tips started their own content creator platform that's called Floatplane.
Okay.
That's basically like Patreon, but just for videos.
Okay.
And they were talking about the scale of what they do compared to the scale of Twitch. If like overnight, bang, they have magically the infrastructure and the overhead of Twitch with the information that they have and what they're doing, they know it would not be profitable for them just because of the scale of it. It does not make sense to go that big. And kind of counterintuitively, because of that, they use the Patreon style system where you basically have to give money up front to use it at all as a way to intentionally keep the numbers down so that it's actually manageable for them from like a back end perspective from
I
just
mean,
the scale of it.
yeah, that's just good business.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So to be a streaming platform of the size that Twitch is or the size that YouTube is, you need like Facebook money to be able to do it. And Facebook had their big Facebook gaming push that I guess they still do. Like there's a few people who publish videos on YouTube that I watch
Hmm.
that apparently still stream on Facebook regularly because that was where their audience grew the best. So they just stayed there because that's where the people already know them. That was like the big problem with Mixer, right? Is how do you get people to leave Twitch and come to Mixer and start watching on this new platform? And people just don't want to do that because they're already established already on somewhere else.
Well, yeah. The worst thing possible is to try and get a new audience after you already have one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But because of that, if Twitch outright bans someone, like say Twitch bans Pokimane,
Yeah.
there's nothing that would stop her from just going to YouTube and starting to stream on YouTube and just doing what she was already doing.
Oh, yeah,
Same with
dude.
Hasanabi. You get banned on what platform, there's nothing that stops you from just going to the next one and doing whatever you want on
Un-
there and continuing like nothing happened.
until you have no more platforms to go if you keep
Yep.
messing up.
Well, right, but Twitch knows that, and they
Yeah.
get a shitload of money from Pokimane. You know how many subs? Like she's in like 7+ figures, right, annually.
Okay.
That means that Twitch is getting 7 figures of income just from her annually as well, because they take half of subscriptions. So for them, they have a vested interest in saying what behavior isn't allowed on their platform, but then also not being so aggressive with the big streamers that the big streamers actually leave. So you
Okay.
give these small bans for the big streamers who basically just get to have it as a vacation because they're gone for a week, but people are already subbed for the month, so they don't care. They don't lose money. They get a week off for nothing, and then they get to have their big return stream afterwards. Like nothing happened. It was just a break.
I'm jealous. I wish I
And
could
then
have
they
it.
make a shitload of money because they're streaming again for the first time in 7 days or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is incredibly fucked up.
You're making me sad now, Kyril.
Make you sad?
You make me sad.
Oh, I make you sad.
Yeah.
I can make you more sad.
Oh, please, please. Come on. Please, Daddy. I just want to be sad. I want to feel the
Bruce
void of life.
Bruce Willis made another movie. What the hell does his filmography look like after the last year?
Gonna Google shotgun prices.
Lowest rated, not available. Apex. No, that looked like a terrible movie. Who gave this a 7? Did they like intentionally? Okay, we'll get to this.
Okay.
But let's talk some movies. We're about halfway in. That's a good time. Switch gears to something a bit more in our wheelhouse. You know.
I was enjoying making fun of the silly crypto island, but go on. Tell me about how Bruce
I
Willis is
don't.
out to ruin the art of filmmaking.
So he's made some shitty movies over the last 2 years, right?
No. I think they've all been fucking his best work ever, man.
So according to some of the audience scores, that seems to be the case. This is hilarious.
No.
We talked about one of these Apex,
Yeah, I remember
which has
Apex.
like the shitty, like fake Halo suits or whatever.
Hmm.
It has a 0% critic review score. 0 people liked it out of the 6 people that saw it that were critics. But it has an audience score of 75%. Even though no
Interesting.
one left a comment. It's very interesting.
So hear me out, man.
Yeah.
What if it was so good they were just stunned and they had no words for it?
I don't think so. Because in the other one here, Hard Kill 2020, again, 0% tomato meter out of 21 reviews, 61% audience score with 500,
Oof.
and no audience reviews.
Oof.
Oh, wait, actually, is that like a loophole here? Is that what this one says? This one says different. For Hard Kill, it actually says there are no featured reviews for Hard Kill because the movie has not released yet. So I guess if you only release a movie on streaming and not like an actual full release, audience reviews just never get posted. That's not
Um,
exploitable at all.
yeah.
Even though you can still post audience scores.
Aren't these like also like tax haven movies?
Probably. I
Yeah.
don't know, because Bruce Willis isn't cheap.
Says you.
He's not. He's a name.
Well, I'm just saying, if he's like behind the movies himself,
Oh, well, so maybe as far as I've been able to see with these that I've admittedly not looked that far into, but they do have to pretty explicitly publish their like producer information.
yeah.
They made a whole play a musical and play and then another musical about that with the producers fudging the numbers and the books behind the scenes. He would have to be listed somewhere, and as far as I can tell, he's not.
Okay, that makes sense. Wasn't there like a member of Congress who's also like a producer on Batman v Superman?
No, I'm sure they have their money and everything.
Yeah, but why that one? I'm just so curious.
I would imagine they probably have stakes in like a production company, and the production company thought it would be a good investment. And honestly, it probably was. I bet they made their money back hand over fist.
Let's find out, shall we?
What did BVS get?
$873.60 million. 0.6 million.
Yeah, so it made its money back, no question.
Yeah, never mind. I'm gonna shut up now.
Like it's a terrible movie, no question. But you put Batman and Superman's name on it and put it in theaters, people are gonna go see it
Whoa, 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 whoa,
because it also
whoa,
has Henry Cavill and Ben Affleck and a bunch of other fucking big name people.
bro,
Sometimes that's all you need,
bro, bro, bro,
even
bro,
if it
bro,
sucks.
bro, 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 bro.
mm, mm,
One of the producers of the fucking Dark Knight worked on
yeah.
Batman v Superman.
Oh yeah, because producers don't do shit.
Yeah, you're right.
They don't do anything. They're just the money.
You're right.
This is pretty amusing. I wonder how aware Rotten Tomatoes seems like a fairly self-aware website to me, with their little articles that they publish sometimes, because they're mostly a review aggregation site. But they also do write their own articles and guides and, like, oh, here's the best horror movies of all time in our opinion kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen this on a couple things now, and I don't know if this is new or maybe they just only have it sometimes. But under Batman vs Superman, they also have a "you might also like" section for related movies or what are supposedly related movies, and you would think that they would try and keep them in sort of the same wheelhouse. So, like Justice League is also here.
Yes.
Interestingly, though, Fan Four Stick is also listed as a "you might also like." And if you enjoyed Batman v Superman, you might like Fan Four Stick.
I mean, dude. I mean, to be honest, I've never met a single person who's ever seen that movie.
Fan Four Stick.
Yeah.
I actually don't remember. I saw one of the Fantastic Four movies. I can't remember which one it was.
Well, there's only three, bruh. Do you
I
remember
know.
Chris Evans being in it?
I don't think so. I'm looking them up real quick now to see if I can cause like if I can see the posters, I'll remember. I don't think it was the Chris. I'm pretty sure I saw the fan four stick one
I'm sorry.
because I remember the Michael B. Jordan as Human Torch. It was bad. It was like the kind of movie though that is so bad it loops back around to being kind of enjoyable again. It's not good, but it's enjoyable. You know what I
Okay.
mean? You know what I
No,
mean
but
though?
go on.
Like The Room.
Yeah. Okay.
It's like critically not good, but it's enjoyable to watch
Yes.
because of how critically not good it is. It's like it loops back around to like mind-boggling that this actually happened. And Fantastic Four is like that because it's 2015. Marvel and their series and their animation is well established, and then this comes out and it looks like crap. And somebody said, "Yes, that's what we want to put our name on."
Of course.
I actually saw this is completely off topic. I recently just watched another movie that was like that, and if you can see it for nothing, like see it for free, I do recommend going and seeing this.
What movie?
the 2018 Robin Hood with Taron Egerton and Jamie Foxx.
What was so interesting? Okay, Jamie Foxx is in it, so tell me what role he was playing.
He plays Little John.
That's gonna be hit or miss with me, brah.
He actually is pretty good for the role.
Okay.
I had only seen the awful trailers they had for it that tell you basically nothing other
Mm-hmm.
than, yeah, it's a Robin Hood movie and it's slightly different. And it's like, okay, sure. He actually does a pretty good job. So I'm not going to give a shit about spoilers here because you shouldn't care about spoilers for 2018 Robin Hood. It's a terrible movie. But it was very entertaining to watch because remember, Robin Hood is set in the Third Crusade. And the Third Crusade is a major plot point that is talked about in this movie. So they establish a time frame that this is happening at, and then go out of their way every single time to use modern, basically everything, like modern clothes rather than going with knit. There are large concrete structures, large cast pieces of metal used for buildings. And it's just like so bizarre to see a pretty high profile cast and then have this like visual dissonance between like, I'm sorry, are they in 1300 or are they in 2000, the year 2000? Because almost all of their outfits look like modern clothes,
Hmm.
like silk and cotton, not things that would have had to have been made by hand.
You're making me start to think you don't know much about the Crusades, Kyril.
The Crusades was actually, I don't know, it's hard to like describe what the movie does
Okay.
because it's hilarious in how dumb it is. So the movie starts off with their sort of take on Robin Hood is that Robin is a noble in England and Maid Marian is a thief. And Maid Marian is trying to steal a horse from Robin and doesn't realize it's him, and they fall in love and they end up being together. And then the Third Crusade happens, and Robin, being of nobility, gets drafted basically into the crusade. Except they do it in the dumbest way possible by having somebody go up to his mansion, knock on his big wooden doors, hand him a parchment that's been wax sealed, and he's just like, "What's this?" And the guy just leaves and fucks off. And he cracks the seal, opens it up, and in big old yee letters, it says fucking draft notice.
Wait, just draft notice.
Yes,
Not
just draft notice.
so you're telling me in the fucking Crusades they didn't play the God card. God has chosen you, Robin Hood, to go defend the Holy Land.
Yeah. So, of course, he has to go off to Arabia to fight for the king and God.
But mainly the king.
We get to that later. They actually do have a pretty amusing part. They are pretty blunt about the church's role in the crusade at the time
Okay.
and what its intention was and how it was not for God. It was for money. I'll give them that tiniest little bit of credit that they did get that mostly right. But then they cut to him in Arabia and he's like, the only way I can say is that they filmed it like a World War II war film,
In
where
Arabia.
this is 1300s Arabia, sand and mud structures, and it has Taron Egerton, Robin, Lord Robin, and his little platoon of men,
His merry
except
men.
the there's no other way to put it. The armor that they were wearing just looks like modern like body armor. Let me see if I can find a picture.
Please.
2018, because it just looks like modern armor. There has to be some bits here. Here we go. This is what good old Terran is wearing in the Arabia scenes.
That looks like a bulletproof vest.
Yes, it does, doesn't it?
Why aren't their arms revealed? That's going to get them so much tetanus.
Here's here's another one. Yeah, it's so dumb. It just looks like a modern bulletproof vest. Even though, I mean, so, but that's not even the best part. The best part is that what happens is they come under machine gun fire. I'm sorry,
Okay.
they come under automatic crossbow fire.
They got auto crossbows in the
They
third.
have six-shot auto crossbows.
Go
That's
on.
that's not hyperbole. That's not anything. There is a guy in a tower with, I guess, what would technically be a ballista that is shooting these giant metal arrows at them, six at a time, bang, 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 and then reloading them out of these massive wooden cylinders that he slaps on the top. And they have the fucking gall to give you the through the sights weapon perspective of him shooting this crossbow down at Robin and his soldiers, even though this is a 1300s wooden crossbow that doesn't have fucking sights.
What the fuck is this movie?
Yeah. And then it goes through this whole scene where this, these men are getting destroyed by all these arrows that are blowing them away, and he sneaks around to the side, and his like commander guy, who's the old grizzled veteran, is just like, count the shots, Robin. And he's like, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, peeks around with his bow and flies it through the air and shoots the guy in the fucking face. And it's just like, I'm sorry, what? What are
What?
you doing? Why is this a movie? Why is this the thing? This is amazing. Give me more of this. Holy shit, this is dumb. It's like the movie equivalent of like doing shots. It's stupid. It doesn't really make sense, but it's like intoxicating in a way because it's so dumb and over the top for people with fucking bows and arrows.
So, do they actually like fight the sheriff of Nottingham, or is this just like a fucking Crusades in Arabia movie?
So eventually, the Crusades in Arabia actually does the one good thing in this movie and sets up Jamie Foxx's character of Little John.
Okay.
Because Little John in this is an Arabian, and he engages in a fight with Robin Hood and just about kills Robin in Arabia before getting knocked over the head by one of the other guys that Robin is with and captured as a prisoner. And it has this like the one good scene where you have Robin. Well, maybe not good. It's all relative with a movie like this, where Little John's character has been arrested. He's in shackles, and his son is about to be executed. And he's trying to be like, no, stop. That's my son. He didn't do anything wrong. Kill me instead. And all of the British soldiers are basically just like, shut the fuck up. We're going to kill all of you anyways. What are you even talking about?
Yeah.
And then Robin's just like, no, I've killed thousands of people, but this is where I draw the line. And tries to stop him from being executed and completely fails. He actually gets shot himself for basically committing treason.
He should get like
Um,
lynched and like actually burned on a cross because that's like witchcraft at that
Yeah,
point.
he literally gets shot in the gut by someone else with an arrow intentionally, so that they can use it as an excuse to send him home on a medical ship to get him out of Arabia because they just don't want him there anymore. And then he gets home, and it turns out that the sheriff of Nottingham, uh, through some series of events, said this is like 4 years later is the period when he's in Arabia, and 2 years after he left, it was said that he was dead. So the sheriff went to his mansion, ransacked it for anything valuable, and it's all torn to tatters. Um, and that's where the sheriff of Nottingham comes in. So from there, it's part like what you'd expect out of traditional Robin Hood, with steal from the rich to give back to the poor. What with tearing out of Clinton and like slow mo arrow shooting scenes. Um, yeah. Also, you would not be mistaken for confusing this portrayal of Ben Mendelsohn for his role in Star Wars Rogue One, which came out 2 years before this movie, even though it's virtually identical in his costume.
So you mean to tell me that they just pretty much wrote fanfic at this point?
Mhm. Yeah, the whole thing's very dumb. And
That's
you'll
dumb.
notice all of the Crusader guys in the back there have their own like automatic crossbows, but those are handheld ones. It's all very dumb.
My mind hurts.
Mm-hmm. But it's dumb to an extent that it like wraps around to be entertaining again, because they keep doing more and more and more implausible over the top things that it's to the point of you're laughing at them, not with them, you know, because it's so dumb.
It sounds like it's trying to take itself too seriously.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely. It is taking itself so seriously to the point that you like think it is self-aware because it's so the tone through the movie is so serious compared to the incredibly stupid things that are actually happening that there's no way it could actually be serious. But it apparently is.
That's sad.
Yep.
So does Robin Hood go to hell in the end because he defies the Pope's will?
No. So
Dawn.
they actually that is one of the few things that they have marginally right is that they have the a scene between one of the cardinals and the sheriff of Nottingham, who has a way bigger role in this than in any other Robin Hood movie I've seen. It's usually like relatively small scales, you know, like a town.
Yeah.
Where in this one, the sheriff of Nottingham is like the sheriff of a region of England, and the region that he controls has the Bank of the Church of England in it.
So the rich stuff.
And the end goal is that they have apparently been taking the money from the poor and sending it to Arabia to fund the other side of this ongoing crusade to bankrupt the crown so that then they can take over the crown for themselves.
So
That is the stakes that they go up to with this. It's not just like steal from the poor, give, or steal from the rich, give to the poor, and the rich don't like that. It is literally we're undermining the crown of England by funding the enemy in secret to destabilize our own political systems.
so this sounds like they really liked the Downey Sherlock Holmes movies, and then they took
Mm-hmm.
the opportunity to try making their own fanfic of that based off Robin Hood because public domain
Yep.
is amazing.
But every time Sherlock would use his brain, Robin uses his bow and arrow.
Yes, yes, yes.
Mm-hmm. Pretty much. Their tagline for this was apparently the legend you know, the story you don't. I think there's a reason this is the story we didn't know.
You know what was a good Robin Hood adaptation?
Hmm.
The Disney version.
Oh yeah. So like unironically though, my preferred Disney or Robin Hood adaptation is the Russell Crowe one,
I've never seen
2010's
it.
Robin Hood. It's surprisingly good.
Hmm.
I'm pretty sure it's the Russell Crowe one. I can double check this with some pictures here. Yeah, no, I would like unironically recommend the 2010 Russell Crowe Robin Hood. It's like it's not great, but in terms of telling this story with the perspective of like a twist on the Robin Hood story, it's actually kind of interesting and fun.
But does he go over to Arabia just to harass some Arabs?
Yes, but it's done in maybe it's not like Arabia, but it starts off with that idea of like Robin is in a foreign country fighting for the crown.
I was
But
being
the good
silly.
twist with this one, yeah, I know. But the good twist with this one though is that Russell Crowe's character is not actually Robin Hood.
Oh,
He is nobody who happens to be there when Robin, the actual Robin, gets attacked in his caravan and murdered.
hmm.
And he assumes the role of Robin and returns to Nottingham as the nobility and then fights with the nobility against the some other greater threat that's being presented to the community. And it's actually like it's not good, but it's entertaining in a way that is like far more legitimate than this Robin Hood was.
Hmm.
And it doesn't take itself any more seriously than it is, and it like makes sense in the historical context of like what they're showing. It looks like the time period that they're trying to portray it as for the most part.
That's pretty cool.
So if you want to see a modern Robin Hood, see the 2010 one,
Hmm.
or just go back and watch Men in Tights because like honestly they kind of just nailed it then. Men in
Men,
Tights or Prince of Thieves.
Men in Tights. I remember watching like on like daytime TV back in the day,
Mm-hmm.
and you know what? It was actually pretty good. I never
Oh
expected
yeah,
that movie to be so funny.
it takes itself the right amount of not seriously. Like
Yeah.
they hit a really good mark with it. Similarly, Prince of Thieves is the one with Kevin Costner and Alan Rickman,
Hmm.
and Alan Rickman is just a treasure. And it's not great either, but it takes a bit more of a serious tone and it doesn't suck with it. And Alan Rickman in like the 90s is also like just always kind of great. Like, look at this. Look at this Sheriff of Nottingham and tell me you don't want this.
I mean,
That
Alan.
is Alan Rickman basically
Oh,
in full leather.
Alan. Oh, the vapors. Mr. Rickman, huh? I'll see you in the tower. What's with Alan Rickman being in towers in like every movie that he's in?
I don't know.
Because
He's
there's
just got a thing with it.
Die Hard.
Mm-hmm.
I'm assuming he's in a tower in Robin Hood because medieval times. And fucking Harry Potter. Let's
Yep.
see.
I'm curious here. Like those are his three top ones. What was the other one? Because he's been in more than that.
He's been in a lot of movies.
He's been in a lot. I'm trying to remember a specific one though. Oh, he's on the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. I have not seen that, so I didn't know.
Mm.
What's
Alan.
the one with the? Maybe I'm getting him wrong and he's not in it. I could have sworn he was in the like ghost pottery one.
What?
I'll figure it out.
Wait, he was in Alice in Wonderland 2010. Who did he play in that? Like what Alan Rickman? I'm so confused. Please tell me more.
No, it's Patrick Swayze. I was getting it mixed up.
Oh. He
But
was
there's
in
a scene in the movie where it's like her boyfriend or husband or whatever dies, and she's
Mhm.
like an artist. It's like it's a good movie. It was the top grossing film of 1990. And she's like on a oh, what the hell is it called? The spinning pottery thing.
Oh, I know what you're talking about, like the
Yeah, and
wheel.
she's like forming it, and then he comes in behind her, like his ghost comes in behind her and is like making the pottery with her. It's a pretty iconic scene.
Sounds pretty weird.
Mm-hmm. No, it is.
Oh, guess what I saw?
What's that?
My girlfriend made me watch My Neighbor Totoro.
Mm.
That is a
And
wholesome ass movie.
yeah.
Yeah. I my neighbor Totoro made me feel happy. It was
Mm-hmm.
cute.
That's the thing with like the Ghibli movies is even the ones that are clearly made for or intended for a younger audience, they still have parts of them that you can appreciate as an adult. And it's just
I
like, yeah, I like this.
Yeah, they're just chill movies.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they have good vibes.
I would what was it? We also saw Whisper of the Heart.
I
Another
don't know
Ghibli
that
movie.
one.
I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure that's one of them where lo-fi hip hop beats you can relax and study to came from.
No, that is from Wolf Children, which is not a Ghibli one,
You're right. That wasn't the lo-fi hip hop beats you can
but it
relax
is
and study.
probably one of them.
Yeah, I believe so. Anime girls at a desk. Listen here, kids. You can make a strong YouTube channel having anime girls at a desk.
Yeah.
Whatever happened to lo-fi hip hop beats you can relax and study to?
Oh, it's still there. It was in the YouTube rewind of this year.
That's back.
They called it something different, but yeah, basically.
Oh God.
What do they call it? I don't remember what they called it. No one cared because they called it something different and no one gave a shit. But I did see because I follow one of the lo-fi channels that does that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, just the lo-fi girl channel, and they put out the short video that they did for it. It was Escape 2021. It was actually kind of an amusing way that they did it because it starts off just like the lo-fi channel does, and then it cuts to what she has in her book, and it goes through like the different, like basically like a title credit scene for whatever this YouTube escape thing was. It's dumb, but you know, it's cool to see the channel that has been around for God knows how many years now, has 10 million subscribers, and is kind of just providing a service, getting recognized in that way.
I mean, If there's one true unsung hero of the YouTube landscape, it's lo-fi hip-hop beats you can relax and study to. No drama,
Hmm.
absolutely always there creating fresh content.
Yep.
And although,
And it's pretty cool how they like
what's up?
it's been live for how many years now, and it always has like five figures of people watching it.
Oh yeah, dude.
It's great.
I would love to find out who runs that channel.
As far as I know, lofirecords.com.
Oh, like an actual label. Wow.
Probably bought it at some point,
That might be it.
but let's see what lofirecords.com goes to. Or I think it's more likely that they probably just incorporated
Mm.
to do the whole music promotion stuff more legally and easier, you know?
I
And then it
mean,
gives them a merch site too.
that works. Yeah, Chilled Cow. Chilled Cow used to run it as well.
Yep, they're still around.
Yeah.
Um,
I just found
Chill
them.
Hop is another good one.
Dude, there's Chill Cow merch.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Gotta check this out. Gotta get a
I've
sticker.
actually bought vinyls from Chill Hop
They good?
because they made. Oh yeah, they're really nice. It's because it's just what they normally do, you know, but a bit more refined.
Yeah.
And you can get them. They go on sale pretty regularly, so like they're normally like regular vinyl prices, but when it's half off, you know, you're getting real vinyl that's high quality and it's good songs. So you know, can't ask for much more.
Dude, I think you're gonna like some of this. I don't know if you've seen this or not. One second.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, just some of the merch you can get for the lo-fi girl.
Yeah.
Yeah.
While you're pulling that up, though, another movie coming out this week,
Oh no.
The Legend of La Llorona. It's got the double L thing, but it's at the start of a word, and I don't know how that works.
Can you put it up in like the chat and I can take a look at it?
Yeah, I'll send you this link.
Okay. Also, here's the mugs. Let me take
Oh,
a,
nice.
yeah. Let me take a look at that. They're expensive mugs, but
They are. It's cute though. I appreciate how if they're doing like small batch stuff, it does get kind of pricey to try and do that on your own and resell it, especially if it's actually like decent quality.
The Legend of La Llorona.
Is it?
I think it's that because the way I'm interpreting that
That's
is like
right.
the
It's like the Y sound.
yeah, the Me Llamo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Exactly. That said, I'm pretty sure I've heard like trailers for this on TV that mispronounce it.
I mean, we could just easily be mispronouncing it as well. So we're like I said,
It has Danny Trejo in it, and it's not doing well.
Danny
But I
Trejo
haven't
doesn't
seen
need
any.
to like act anymore though. Like he's just
I was
a
gonna say I haven't seen him do anything in a while. I'm pretty sure this is an older movie that was just been delayed and delayed and delayed and delayed.
that makes sense. Ma-
It's just now officially releasing.
Imagine having to tell Danny Trejo, no, your movie's not coming up.
Okay, no, he is allowed to continue acting because his other recent film is called Vamp Father, and he plays Vamp Father.
Yes.
Reeling from a family tragedy, a beautiful vampire who wishes to become human must expose a twisted murderer before she's blamed for his crimes.
That's pretty
There's
impressive.
literally two pictures in all of it. There's one of Danny Trejo just going kind of, "Argh," and then there's the poster, and that's it.
Good job, Danny.
Also, vampires with katanas. Hell yeah.
That is my genre. Yo,
Speaks to me.
if you mix horror movies and kung fu movies, you will have me.
Hmm.
Like seriously, it's one of the few things that got me into JoJo. Speaking of karate and kung fu, um, I finally caught up on Cobra Kai.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's good. Solid.
Is it? I've heard good stuff about it.
If you're obsessed with the Karate Kid movies like I am, it's really good. Um,
Hmm.
it's just out of nowhere because like the new season, there's like very little fighting, and then like the last two episodes is like a tournament arc, like straight up anime tournament arc. It's kind of fucking amazing. Um, like Dragon Ball shit. And out of
Hmm.
nowhere, like the editing gets so good out of nowhere. I can't believe like
Nice.
how the editing like actually flowed, because like they did this thing, and I'm not sure if I like it or not. The edits were there was like a lot of focus on counterattacking. So someone like throw a punch, and like they would show the punch being thrown, but in like the last 3 frames when you expect it to make contact, they would throw in
Hmm.
another shot of someone like deflecting it and countering it. So like your
Sure.
eyes want to go and finish that shot of like the where the punch makes contact, but
Yeah.
you don't get that satisfaction, and then you get this abrupt counter, and it like just it lands. It's like a
Yeah.
really cool way of doing it.
Sounds very effective.
Yeah. Because, like, I don't know, you just don't see it coming because you literally can't see it coming.
Cool.
Mm-hmm. Editing is a very good art, ladies and gentlemen. Get into it. Understand the movies that you're fucking watching.
Hmm. So then, in movies we might want to see this week,
Uh
well,
oh.
one that you apparently should see, and one that you might not want to.
Okay.
Have you seen trailers or ads for the 355?
No.
It is a movie that's coming out that seems like, you know how you can do like when you're designing something, you can have like top down or bottom up designs
Sort of.
where you can either start with a concept or a theme
Mm-hmm.
and kind of flesh it out from one way or the other to meet with the other end of it.
Yes.
This feels like somebody had an idea of a movie and then never went past that idea. This is like,
Like
what
the.
if we had an all-female Mission Impossible,
Okay. Now tell me
and then they
more.
never really went past that
That's
and
it.
made a whole, but they made a whole movie about it. For the record, I think if anybody, if you've seen the trailers for this, it becomes very apparent where the shortcomings of it are. And
Mm-hmm.
it might be in part because of the filming conditions that they had, because of COVID, might have made it difficult. And I have no disrespect at all for any of the people who worked on this. They are all, in their own right, talented actors and actresses. But this just looks really bad.
Oh no.
It looks phoned in. So, when a top secret weapon falls into mercenary hands, wild card CIA agent Mason Macy Brown will need to join forces with rival badass German agent Marie, former MI6 ally and cutting edge computer specialist Khadija, and skilled Colombian psychologist Graciela on a lethal breakneck mission to retrieve it, while also staying one step ahead of a mysterious woman, Lin Mi Shang, who is tracking their every move. As the action rockets around the globe from the cafes of Paris to the markets of Morocco to the opulent auction houses of Shanghai, the quartet of women will forge a tenuous loyalty that could protect the world or get them killed.
I think I do remember this now, because those were
Yeah.
definitely names.
Yeah, I mean, the idea isn't bad, but it sounds like they forgot to write a movie first.
It really feels like they just had a proof of concept, and then the rest of the movie just kind of came out after that, and they didn't
Hmm.
know what to do for like actual like how do you develop
Yeah.
the idea.
So I'll say this: ensemble movies like this kind of presents itself as there's like five main female characters that are the prominent figures and faces of the film. Um, I don't think that they work with the globetrotting thing. The
Mm-hmm.
reason that Bond and Mission Impossible work in the way that they do is because you have the singular main character that you're following. You have Bond, you have Ethan Hunt, and you're following that individual's travels around the world. This feels messy in the way that they have it presented here, and the trailers feel the same way to me, where you spend so much time talking about the individuals, and they might be perfectly workable characters, that they didn't spend enough time on like the actual plot of the movie.
Yeah.
And the reviews seem to support that. It has a 27% with 143 reviews right now, and it's just not doing great.
Well, the thing was like storytelling and like a lot of like things with like trying to hype up a movie and like trying to put it out as
Mhm.
fast as possible
Yeah.
is how do I put it? I like to call it the SpongeBob principle. I don't remember who fucking told me this or where they came from an interview, but someone once said, when you're making any story or any kind of like film medium or anything like that, um, think about how SpongeBob is written because
Hmm.
SpongeBob actually develops. You can't sell SpongeBob with just the concept of being underwater.
Right.
Exactly. Um, and it's just like one of those things where SpongeBob is super fucking successful, and by all accounts, the only thing that makes it successful is like all the development that went into it. If you were to just break it down to its bare bones, there's nothing to fucking SpongeBob.
Hmm.
Yep.
A movie that people probably might actually want to go see this week is A Hero. This is an Amazon original movie that I was very surprised is actually getting an in theater release here in Portage because it is a foreign language Persian film.
Interesting.
But it has a 97% right now with almost 100 reviews in, critic reviews in. Um, and I watched the trailer of it on YouTube, and it doesn't do a really good job of explaining what it is that happens in it. And part of that might be intentional. There is supposed to be that sort of, going into it not knowing all of the details. But the gist is that Raheem, main character, is in prison because of a debt he was unable to repay. During a 2-day leave, he tries to convince his creditor to withdraw his complaint against the payment of part of the sum, but things don't go as planned. And that's it. And it seems like it is in the movie it's talking about the dichotomy between the main character who is legitimately in debt for his own failings and is in prison because of that, but is apparently also kind of a bit of a hustler, it seems like, so
Oh,
not exactly a great character in himself, versus the supposed villain, the creditor in the movie, who is literally just the creditor and trying to keep his money secure, right? Doing his job. But because of the events that unfold in it, the creditor guy gets painted as like some villain because he's holding this debt against the main character who does something that makes him a hero.
okay.
And it's an interesting dynamic.
That is pretty cool.
Um yeah, blurring the lines between heroes and villains and all that. And it's doing well enough. It's like it's one of the, like, on Rotten Tomatoes at least, it's the yeah, it's higher rated than Spider-Man, right? So it can't be that bad.
I don't know what you're talking about because I don't watch many other movies, but the Spider-Man No Way Home was the best movie in the history of all cinema because it had Tobey Maguire in it and it made me feel like kid again. And I am grown man now, and it's impossible for me to feel that. And because of the great happy moments given to me by the Spider-Man, Man Spider, and Tobey Maguire, I'm happy to say that is best movie of all time. Shut up. I have no idea where that character came from, but that's how I feel about most MCU fans right now. Same.
So you had another movie that you
Oh
brought up when we were
no,
talking about.
no.
This is interesting. I think I found. I don't know if you know this or not, but I found out something interesting.
Oh no. I'm scared.
Um, let's talk about the movie first. So this is an upcoming movie called Marry Me. It has Jennifer Lopez, Owen Wilson in it,
Yes.
and honestly, it looks like bog standard, harmless romantic comedy kind of thing.
Yes.
Like it's the kind of thing that for the genre that it looks totally fine. And if you like romantic comedies, you'll probably like this. If you don't like it, you probably won't like it. I think does that sound fair?
When I was in the movie theaters with my girlfriend for West Side Story, a
Mm-hmm.
trailer for that played.
Yeah.
And while I was watching that trailer, I thought it looked like the dumbest movie of all time based off the premise
Yep.
alone.
Yep.
The
Because I
premise,
mean, it's romantic comedy. You have to have something stupid to start it all.
yeah, the premise of this film is that Owen Wilson, a single father, I believe, or just a single man,
He's a single. He's a school teacher.
school teacher,
Yep.
gets hitched to superstar Jennifer Lopez after she is caught her fiance cheating on her,
Yep.
and Owen Wilson was stuck with a sign that said "Marry Me." I don't remember how he gets that sign, but she
Yeah,
basically
I didn't see
agrees.
that.
Heck yeah,
Yep.
I'll marry that hot piece of Owen Wilson ass.
Yep.
And
I mean, can you blame her?
honestly, if Owen Wilson wanted to marry me, I would probably have to dump my girlfriend, all things considered. Especially if he
Damn.
said, ka-chow.
Ciao.
Ka-chow. Um,
Wow.
and hilarity ensues.
Yeah. It looks fine. You know.
It looks like one of those Lifetime original movies, which I've
Yeah.
unfortunately watched too many of those because my damn girlfriend likes them.
Yeah. I mean, but people like it. You know. It,
No,
it is
no,
definitely targeting a
no,
specific audience, and I
no.
can't really fault it for that. And as long as you don't go into these kinds of movies expecting more than what it is, they're usually fine. I've sat through a couple, and I've never had a particular interest in seeing more of them, but you can appreciate the themes and the sort of fantasy, I guess, of it that it sort of explores. If that makes sense.
Well, I'm just saying, as a white 25-year-old guy, the fucking rom com with Owen Wilson and Jennifer Lopez, those big 2000 names, um, may not be the movie for me.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No, I agree. But
I,
I mean
I
that's also fine though, because not every movie is for everyone.
no, it's not fine. Every movie should be made for the young
But
white male
but
demographic. What?
I think this movie is more for you than you realize,
Don't you dare!
because
Don't you dare!
it is based
Okay.
on. Hold on,
Yes.
hit the wrong button here.
Oh.
One sec, I have to refresh this page. It is based
Yes.
on
Okay.
a graphic novel.
No.
This is
That is not a comic book
the
movie. Shut up.
Scott Pilgrim of this generation.
Oh shit. Oh, we actually have some Scott Pilgrim news I can get into after this. But
To be fair, this doesn't look terrible.
back to
As far
agony.
as
Agony. Yes, it does look terrible. Thank you for mentioning that.
yeah, it's fine.
No, it's terrible.
It's literally a free comic.
There's a comic. It's
Yeah,
free.
it's a paperback for Kindle. It's free on Kindle.
Oh no! Someone bought that. Someone got a Kindle in the
It
year
got
of.
a second chapter.
I'm hurt.
I'll
I'm
say,
hurting.
this is certainly. I want to see this part of the story. I want to see the party where they're at the wedding between Owen and her, and someone pulls a gun. Where is this coming from?
What the fuck? This is actually based off this comic.
Yeah, no, it actually is.
I, I have to. I'm refuting you. I refuse to believe this. I'm looking it up right now.
Right on the Google page, it says "Based on Marry Me" by Bobby Crosby.
Okay, where the hell am I seeing this?
I wish I was joking, but I'm not.
I
This is
refuse
just
to
what it
believe you
is.
until I see it. Okay, I'm on the Wikipedia page. Oh my, no.
It is.
What?
It just is.
What? Oh my gosh. What? How? What? The art, the everything. What?
I don't
I'm.
know. I find it hard to particularly. It's fine. You know, it's clearly not targeted at me, and I'm fine just leaving it at that, and just being just like, yeah, not for me.
What? I'm
Like, I
dumbfounded.
mean, it seems fine. You know, it's not like particularly highbrow, but I've seen more popular stuff with worse art, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I'm not like I'm
Like
not.
like it's harmless and inoffensive. You know.
I'm just stunned by the actual jump from like what's the word I'm looking for?
It's definitely a cut.
Yeah, it's such a jump in
And I'll
like
say it is it's interesting that they got Jennifer Lopez as the lead. I wouldn't have guessed that.
you mean when Jenny
Like
from the
Jennifer Lopez and Owen Wilson seem like the exact opposite that I would have expected from how these characters are in this comic.
yeah, the character art it's got good
Like,
art. Like
I mean,
actually
it's not
looking
bad.
through it, it's a little
Yeah.
rough, but I can appreciate it. like I'm all for indie comics, and to see an indie comic like this actually get like a major movie made out of it, major enough to get like a theatrical run nationally,
Hmm.
it's pretty cool. That's inspiring, especially when it's only got one chapter.
Hmm.
Um, what I have a very hard time understanding is how we go from point A to point B.
Yeah, it is. There's definitely a gap there that I don't understand either.
Yeah, because when I look at these characters, I think not Jennifer Lopez and not Owen Wilson.
Hmm. And it looks like the kind of thing that probably would have been more like universally enjoyed if it was more like a
Scott
Scott
Pilgrim,
Pilgrim. God, my brain is like a mess. Too many Scotts. There's two of them, and that's too many.
too many.
A Scott Pilgrim style film.
I want to show
Because from
you.
from what I've seen in the trailers, it doesn't lean on the fact that it's based on a comic at all.
Yeah. Um, because I think that would arguably turn off its target audience.
Hmm,
Uh,
probably.
I want to show you some panels of this like out of context,
Hmm.
and just remember that
Oh,
this.
if it's from the Amazon page, I already looked at all of them. Okay, no, I haven't seen this. Why are they naked?
I don't. I don't know. I'm just skimming through it just to look at the art, and the line. Oh, I forgot to stop peeing.
Oh,
Just
because I guess I could make context for it to make sense, but yeah, it's I don't know.
yeah.
It seems like a pretty mature context, like subject matter in it. I don't know. It's weird. Like the second volume cover has the main character in it with a gun pointed at their face.
Cu-
Like this
Curious.
isn't for kids.
Yeah. Well, it's got obviously got not for kids. It's got a very mature tone to the art. Um,
Everything that I'm finding in the promotion is trying to like ignore the fact that it's related to the this book.
maybe because it doesn't want to be associated with the "I forgot to stop peeing" panel.
Yeah, all I can find of it is in like the so here, what is this link to? What is the first link?
What?
Keen Spot. Oh my god, this is on Keen Spot? No fucking way.
Yeah, it is.
Oh my god. I haven't seen Keen Spot in years.
You know what a keen
Holy
spot is?
shit. Yes,
What's keen
I
spot?
do. It is an online webcomic site. Wow.
When
Holy
did this
shit.
first come out?
Um 2006.
Wow. Okay, this.
So like for perspective on like these comics that are on Amazon, I guarantee you these are like early in the artist's career, you
Yeah.
know? The website's kind of broken. It's unfortunate.
Yeah, so I was going
Wow.
through like the website trying to like just look at the panels.
Hmm.
And once you get to the very end of the first chapter, it takes you to the Facebook for the comic.
Yeah.
And the Facebook wants you to know that is in fact a movie based off it.
Oh yeah. I mean
Yeah.
they're getting their money, right?
It's like that one owl turd comic where he's like, I don't know that guy, and then the guy with the sign's like, acknowledge me, brother.
Hmm.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, so the first like some of the I mean the comments on this are from 8 years ago in
Yeah.
Facebook comments.
Mm-hmm.
This is old, so I can't critique the quality of the art, you know? Like,
No, obviously things have changed a lot in
yeah.
terms of our taste in art throughout the years.
Oh
And
yeah. Well, and also if they're doing this, like I guarantee they started this just like in their free time as an artist, not with any commercial interests in the future.
yes, imagine like when did this movie start production? Because like if this first comic came out in like 2006, when did they get the notice that it was going to be turned into a movie?
I mean, relatively recently, I would imagine.
Yeah, could you
It
imagine?
really just seems like, I would bet that this is probably the kind of thing. Have you seen Argo?
No, but go on.
You should. It's very good, but point is that there's a scene in it where the whole point is they're trying to get a bunch of Americans out of the Iranian embassy after the fall of the embassy, because if they're found as Americans, they'll be shot in the streets.
Hmm.
That was the political climate at that time. And the way that they do it is by posing as a Canadian film crew on set or on location in Iran, doing location scouting, so that they can pose not as Americans but as Canadians with fake IDs, be seen in public, so there's a record of their presence, and then at the end of their film scouting, just get on a plane and leave the country. But there's a scene in it where they are like digging through these stacks of submitted scripts that people just sent to this production house, or the whoever the people are who are doing it, and they're just like skimming through these looking for a movie that would work for them to fit for their context. And I bet that there's a part of that that's true, where people have an idea for a movie or something they've already done and they want it to be a movie, and they just send it in
Hmm.
as something to have the film rights for be bought as like a concept, and then they get their cut from it and someone else makes a movie for it. I bet something like that happened with this, where maybe they sent this in years ago, a better part of a decade ago, and somebody was just around, just like, yeah, that could be fun. We need something quick. Why not?
Just
I could
imagine,
totally see something like that.
just imagine being the author of this comic, just chilling out in your room one day in 2009, and some big fucking movie studio just rings you up and is
Yeah.
like, "Hey, we want to buy the film rights to your comic. What do you
We
say?"
want Jennifer Lopez to be your main character.
Okay, and Owen Wilson will be in it.
Wow.
Wow. Oh my god, dude, there's a tie-in movie version of the comic.
Yeah.
Oh
Oh yeah.
my gosh.
I'd probably buy it as a joke if it wasn't $15.
Yeah.
It'd be funny. So does it have? No, it doesn't have. I'll say one thing. I'll give the volume one there credit for is that it actually gives you like a sample of it.
Yeah.
So is this just like a different cover and that's it?
What? Yeah,
It is.
yeah,
It
it
is just
is.
a different cover.
With
Okay,
Jennifer
cool.
Lopez and Owen Wilson on it, yes.
Yeah.
Imagine looking at the
I
film
never would have thought that I'd see the day
Yeah.
where the Keen Spot logo would be on the same piece of media as Jennifer Lopez. That's taking a bit of like mental power to process.
You taking a moment to register that?
Yeah. Like the fact that this is official. This isn't
A shit
somebody
post.
like making fan art of their silly little story and slapping Jennifer Lopez and Owen Wilson on it because it's just two people they like. This is actual marketed material.
Yes.
And that's wild.
It makes me want to like take the Keen Spot logo and put it on top of other film posters.
Man.
We find some weird shit on this show.
Yeah. Yeah, I saw the trailer for this and I was just like, yeah, not for me. Seems harmless, whatever.
Yeah.
Move it out of but no. This
No.
is like a thing.
This is so weird. Who directed this? Who's looked at this and was like, yeah, I'll direct that?
Good directed.
I want to know everybody involved with it and what was their thinking process. Like, did
Cat Choir, I actually don't know how to say Coiro. Coiro?
Quario?
I would assume. No, it's Coiro. It's like koi.
Yeah.
Coiro, I think.
Wow.
What else have they done?
Some Always Sunny in
A lot of
Philadelphia.
TV stuff. Yeah, a lot of TV stuff.
Yeah. Wait,
Brooklyn Nine Nine.
she directed the pilot for
Sweeney.
She-Hulk. The Marvel
Yeah.
Studio She-Hulk that's coming out soon.
Also executive produced.
Wow. What is "Marry Me"? Like seriously, apparently Jimmy Fallon's going to be in it. Was he just a big fan of the webcomic?
I hope so. We have A Case of You, a romantic comedy film, another American romantic comedy film, and another American comedy film.
Yeah,
I've heard of none of them.
of course, same. But were they also based off Keen Spot comics?
I don't know. Be amusing if they were though.
Yeah, I mean, like, what if there's like just a like comic book movies are all the rage right now. So what if some
Yeah.
executive was just like, okay, let's get ahead of the game and start getting into the web comic movies?
It doesn't seem like it.
Oh, thank God.
No, we have to get into the golden age where we start getting furry webcomics as mainstream Hollywood films.
I was thinking, like getting Control Alt Delete to be
God.
a fucking web movie.
Now coming to an HBO miniseries near you.
Dude, imagine Control Alt Delete the movie and the ending is lost.
That would be something.
Let's see. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. There was a movie called Control Alt Delete, but it's not based off the webcomic, I think. No, it's not. Thank God.
They definitely released a bunch of like merch and stuff that includes. They made like a TV series. I could have sworn.
Yeah, wasn't there like a
Or
web
not like
series?
yeah, not like a 4 TV series, but an episodic video animated format featuring the characters of Control Alt Delete.
Yes. It's like,
South Park.
is this just going to be like a thing where all like old internet is now nostalgic enough to be made into like a major franchise? Are we gonna get like a Homestar Runner movie?
Sky's the limit.
Really, it is.
Hopefully, it gets to the point where we get a new uh, update for Gone with the Blast Wave. That's all I want.
What's gone for the Blast Wave?
Gone with it was like a here. Let me just have they updated it? No, I'll link it to you. Got its own website now. It's actually like a good just like piece of like science fiction kind of stuff.
That reminds me. Have you ever seen like the Nuzlocke comic?
I don't think so.
It's the original comic that created the Pokemon Nuzlocke runs. It's just called Pokemon Hard Mode, but
Mm-hmm.
there's an idea, Nintendo. You already got the rights to it. Huh, that's actually well done art. Wow.
Yeah, no, it's like it's legitimately good, and it is just like some fun science fiction that is kind of without a point, but that's also kind of the point is that it doesn't have a point. And it just goes through some fun like referential stuff as well as its own original concepts, and then it starts to go through like eventually it gets to the point where it starts to explore the world that they're in with like actual details, even though they don't really have names, and it's like actually kind of interesting.
That is cool.
Yeah. Apparently they have a Patreon now, but like last updated 16th December 2020.
Oof.
Oh, apparently that was the official end of it, where there's just like a big explosion and everyone fucking dies.
I like this episode a lot because we began with how capitalism is exploiting the internet, and we've ended with how capitalism is exploiting the old internet.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's poetry. It rhymes. Either way,
I
um,
wonder what the common thread is. Maybe capitalism just sucks.
nah. Anything else we want to talk about today?
I think that's good.
Yeah. Oh, I almost forgot to say. Uh,
Hmm,
shout outs Scott Pilgrim versus the World.
absolutely. I
Getting,
did see. Oh
yes,
yeah, go ahead. No, go ahead.
it's getting an animated series.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm excited. I'm hyped.
I've seen some more discussion about it in general after that. Um, and there's a really funny post about the R movies or whatever it is subreddit
Okay.
about how there is like the dichotomy of people discussing and critiquing the latest films and they're like genuinely critiquing it, and then there's also people in 2019 who are coming to after they just finished watching Scott Pilgrim versus the World to say that it's the best movie they've ever seen.
It is the best movie they've ever seen. Why is
You know,
anybody like debating this? Fuck Citizen
because
Kane.
it's like the perennial post that somebody apparently does, which is understandable but amusing.
So you said
It's
this is
endearing, you know.
r slash movies?
I don't remember exactly movies or films, something like that. One of the big, whatever the big one is on
I
Reddit.
mean, okay. All things considered, Scott Pilgrim versus the World is a very good movie.
Hmm?
It is
Oh
probably
yeah,
one of my favorite movies of all time, if not my favorite. But it is kind of one of those films that's designed for like a youth to really get them into like more traditional style filmmaking, like
yep,
more of the artsier world.
yep. It has a target audience for sure.
Yeah, it is. And very fun movie. Not gonna fight
Yep,
it.
yep.
Fucking good.
It's really good.
Yep.
It does a very good job of that the translation from uh, comic to film.
Oh yeah. The way I would describe it is like it's the only like really good the only good adaptation of something that's like high fiction like that. More in the anime style. But that's beside the point. Oh well. Because
I
like
think that's it.
yeah. Okay, guys. Well, I'm the Miss Orion. I think I'm over my word stroke by now.
And I'm Kyerland. I'm also a schmo.
And this has been the Two Schmo Show, ladies and gentlemen. I await you on Crypto Island. Wink.